Today, we're going to see if we can win a championship making one trade every single month. So we're going to have 3 years to try and do this challenge. We just did a fantasy draft. We're going to be following the Timberwolves in this sim. As you can see, we got Devin Booker, Paulo, Keldon Johnson, and then the rest of the squad. But the main goal of today is at the beginning of every single month, the first of every single month, we're going to have a wheel where we're going to see how many players we're going to be trading. We'll put those 1, 2, or 3 players into Trade Finder, and then we will do a random number generator to have it select what trade we're going to do. So this challenge is going to be pretty difficult. I'm just going to follow the team. That's all we're going to be doing. We're going to be following, making trades. That's it. There's no salary cap. Yeah, let's go ahead and start it off. So we've got here's the first day we're going to have to make a trade is the day that we play the Phoenix Suns. The trade deadline is off, so we can do this all season long up until the playoffs. Once we get into the playoffs, we won't do anymore because I don't think you could even keep track of dates once we reach the playoffs. We are at November 1st, so it's time for the first trade. I'll go ahead and show you guys how this works. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have the wheel. I will screen record this and put it on the screen right now. So as you can see, we've got the wheel right here. It has a bunch of 1s, a bunch of 2s, a bunch of 3s, and then a couple of 4s. So what we're going to do is spin this wheel a bunch of times, let it go ahead and rest, and we're going to get 2. So we're going to have to trade 2 players here. We've got 14 players on the roster, and we're going to have to trade 2 of them. So now, we'll go ahead and head to the random number generator, put in 14, and we got to generate 2 numbers. First one is 5, so the 5th highest overall player on the team. 2, 3, 4, 5 is Steven Adams. And we'll do it again, and we get 4. So we got 2 of our better players we're going to have to trade right away. Go ahead and put it into Trade Finder. So it's up to the random number generator to do this, so we're going to have to run it back one more time, 1 through 20. Let's click it. We get trade number 18, which is going to be this one right here. We're going to trade Steven Adams and Markelle Fultz for Tobias Harris and John Wall. So I would consider that a losing trade to start out the season. So that is not ideal. But here's the new roster after that trade. So it got slightly worse, in my opinion. Yeah, this team is not looking great, especially with the fantasy draft. Everybody's going to have a couple good players. All right, now we're just going to keep doing this month after month after month. We're going to go ahead and simulate through the 31st. Now we have to decline every single trade that we get. We'll go ahead and disable CPU trade offers. And there we go. December 1st is upon us. So now we just run it back just like we did the first time. And we are going to get 2. We get 2 again. So we have to trade 2 players this time around. We'll head back to the random number generator and see what we get. We get player number 10, Delano Banton, and we'll do it again. And we get 2. Very nearly are we going to have to trade Devin Booker, but instead it's Paolo Banchero. So we could get some pretty good trades for this. We're going to have to generate a number 1 through 8, and that's a trade we're going to have to do. We get the number 6. Trade number 6 is Tyrese Maxey, Patrick Williams, and we are going to have to we cannot do this trade because we cannot trade 3 players. So we'll go ahead and generate again, and we get the number 2. And it's going to be this trade. We're going to get Clint Capella and DeAndre Hunter. So as you guys can see, if we get one that adds another player to the trade, we cannot do it. If they give us a draft pick, we can do that because drafting does not matter in this at all. We're simply just following this team, who is actually doing pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and sim to the new year, sim through December 31st, and see how we do. All right, it is January 1st. We are second in the conference, going 26-11. It's time for the next trade. The wheel is going to give us the number 1. So for the first time, we get the most common result, which is going to be 1 player being traded. Now we got to figure out who that's going to be. So plug in 1 through 14. We'll generate the number, and we get 1. We get the number 1. We're going to have to trade Devin Booker. We've only got 2 trades that... Oh, okay, so we're going to be losing no matter what here. Let's go ahead and generate a number 1 through 2 because those are the only ones that have just Devin Booker being traded. We are going to get the number 1. So this is the trade we're going to do since it's the first one of the 2. We're trading our star player halfway through the season. That is absolutely brutal. Tyrese Maxey is now our highest overall. We do have a very depthy team, though. We've got a lot of 80 overalls, more than probably most teams will have. All right, we are at the end of January. It is February 1st. As you can see, we didn't actually have that bad of a month. The team stayed winning. We did slightly worse than we have the last couple months. I believe we went 9-7 in that month. So not horrible. We're still second in the conference, and it is time for yet another trade. Let's go ahead and see the number of players we're going to trade. It's going to be 1 again. Let's see who it's going to be. This could be a bum. This could be like a mediocre player. It could be anyone. But, I mean, if it is a bum, that's going to be kind of brutal because it's just going to be kind of a pointless trade here. But let's go ahead. 1 through 14, we get number 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're trading away Jonathan Isaac, 79 overall. Let's go ahead and see what we can find just for him. Random number 1 through 28, and we are going to get 26. And this is the trade right here. We're trading Jonathan Isaac for Cam Payne and a draft pick. So we are racking up the draft picks. So if our trade finder automatically puts a draft pick in there, we could be getting some huge trades. Let's go ahead and sim through to March past the All-Star break, and we'll see where we are. about 2/3 through the season. Obviously not horrible, but I believe we went 4-6 throughout that month. So not ideal heading into the All-Star break and heading out of the All-Star break, but anything could change immediately. We've got another trade on the way here. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. That'll be insane, but we do get a 1. It is going to be player number 14, the worst guy on the roster. This could be a little difficult. Jarrett Culver, Minnesota Timberwolves legend. Why is he being paid $11 million? I have no idea. We get number 10. All right, here's a trade that actually works, and holy cow, are we fleecing the Houston Rockets. We're about to get 78 overall Seth Curry from the Rockets, and we're going to swap second-round draft picks in 23 and 25 for Jarrett Culver. That is actually very helpful, and we will 100% take that trade. All right, we're at the end of March. We got a little hot to end it there, and then we took a loss to the Lakers, and we are actually moved up to the 3 seed despite a very slow start to the month. As you can see, we went on a little bit of a, not a losing streak, but kind of just below 500 for a little bit there, and then we caught fire towards the end of the month. The wheel says we are going to be trading 3 players this time around. All right, so we get to have a big trade here. We get player number 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Darius Bazley. We get player number 6, 8, 7, 6, John Wall, and then 3, 5, 4, 3. So we're trading John Wall, Clint Capella, and Darius Bazley. A massive trade here. We've got 9 offers. Do any of them give us 3 players in return? Let's go ahead and reshuffle through number 1 through 3. We'll say Capella is 3, or Capella's 1, Wall's 2, Bazley's 3. Let's go ahead and do 1 through 3. All right, and 2 is going to be changed. So John Wall will be removed from the trade, and then we'll go back to 1 through 14 and do it again. We get player number 14. All right, there we go. Lindy Waters. So here's the trade. Hopefully we can get trades with 3 people on it. Well, I guess we're just going to scrap the rule, basically. All right, we've got 13 trade offers here. Let's go ahead and see what we can get for these guys. It's going to be trade number 7, and this is the trade we're going to get Fred VanVleet and Bogdan Bogdanovic. The team continues to get smaller, but we got to take this trade. And here is the new squad. As you can see, the smallest team in the league. We have 1 center. DeMarcus Cousins is our starting center, unless we're playing somebody else at the center, like Tobias Harris. This team has slowly crumbled from what was a very good team into one of the smallest and, in my opinion, worst teams in the league. And that's the last trade of the year. So we got to go ahead and go into the playoffs with this team. And my goodness. So we went from a certified 2 seed, like we were basically locked into the 2 seed, all the way to the 4 seed. And we could very realistically be getting swept with the team that we have assembled for this year. The plan, we got OKC and Memphis out of the West, Cleveland and Boston out of the East. Let's get this first round underway. We actually win game 1, lose game 2, lose game 3, lose game 4, win game 5, and lose game 6. We get beat in 6 games by the Dallas Mavericks in year 1. Let's see who wins the finals. It's going to be Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic, former teammates, facing off against each other. They were the MVPs of their conference finals, Piston Mavericks finals, and it's going to be the Mavericks who come back down 3-1 to win the championship. Jimmy Butler is on that team. I had no idea. 24, 5, and 6 with 3 steals per game for Jimmy. And that is season 1 completely done. We'll go ahead and advance on to next year. All right, here is the squad for year 2. Tyrese Maxey has gone up to an 89 overall, considering he basically is the sole piece of this team. And then the AI did do some auto free agency moves, but trades are completely off. AIs cannot make trades for me. So this is the squad we got going into next year. All right, the wheel is going to be spun for this month. We are going to get the number 1, and my goodness, were we close to getting the number 4. So it's just 1 player traded this time around. Let's go ahead and see who it's going to be, 1 through 14. And we get player number 12 all the way to the bottom, and then up to Raul Neto is going to be who is getting traded this time. And we have got 27 offers for Neto. Let's see which one we're going to take. It is going to be offer number 10. Raul Neto for Marcus Morris Sr. That's the trade we're making. Plain and simple. We do actually need some size on this team, so I will not complain with that. All right, the month of November is over. Not as good of a month for us, but we still are the 4 seed somehow, some way. I mean, it is very early into the year. Let's see how many players we're going to be trading this month. It is going to be 1. 1 player will be traded this month. It's time to figure out who that person is going to be. And player number 8 is going to be going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Josh Richardson is going to be going by his lonesome. It is going to be offer number 21 that we are taking. And here it is. Edmund Sumner is who's going to be replacing Josh Richardson. The most pointless trade, I think, in the history of basketball, but it has been done. We have made a trade with the Phoenix Suns, who we now play to start the month of December. All right, a good month of December. We now are 5 games over 500 after being 2 games over 500 at the start of the month. All right, let's spin the wheel. It is going to be 2 players this month. So our first 2-player one of the season, I believe. Player number 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Bogdanovich, and player number 9, 6, 7, 8, 9 is Theo Maledon. These two are going to be headed out of Minnesota, and there is a total of 23 trade offers for them. All right, number 7 is the one that we get. Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jay Glover are going to be headed over to Minnesota, and Bogdanovich and Theo Maledon are going to be out of here. I believe Bogdanovich has been here for most of the time. He got traded for in one of those early trades, but he is gone now, and the team is doing better. Let's hope we can stay better after that and try to make a bigger playoff run this year. A brutal month of January has taken us from 5 games over 500 to 1 game below 500, and we are about at the All-Star break. It is time for one of the last trades of the year, the February trade. Let's see who's going this month. All right, we'll spin the wheel, and it is going to be 3. We're going to be trading away 3 players this time. This could be a bigger trade that could either ruin or make our entire season. All right, 12 is the first one. Marcus Morris is being moved. Jay Glover is also being moved, and now 8, 11, 10, 9, 8. JaMychal Green. So not a lot of big players being moved in this trade. We have 16 total trade offers. It is going to be trade number 10, and this is the trade we're going to make. We're going to get Wendell Moore Jr., an actual Timberwolf in real life, and Reggie Bullock for Marcus Morris, Jay Glover, JaMychal Green, and a second-round draft pick. So we are now down to 13 players on the team. Let's go ahead and get through February. All right, as you can see, a brutal month of February has left us out of a play-in spot. We are the 12 seed right now. All right, spinning the wheel, we're going to get 1 player. So unless it's a big player, we really don't have a likely chance of getting anybody good in return. 1 through 14, we're going to be trading away our 5th best player, which is Tim Hardaway Jr., a 78 overall. My goodness, this team is not good. And there are 28 offers for Tim Hardaway. We're going to be taking offer number 17, Kenrich Williams. So not really much of an improvement. We get a little bit bigger and a little bit younger, if I'm not mistaken. And that's who we got. We got 1 more trade coming at the end of March. And if we somehow are able to squeak into a play-in spot, that April trade could be absolutely massive. All right, I don't think we have a chance to make it. The only way would basically be if we win these next 8 games to end the season, and even then, we're still 2 games below 500. We got to make 1 more trade to end the season. 1 player on the move. Let's see, the last guy to leave the team this season, 1 through 14, is player number 14, the worst guy on the squad. 3. We got 3 that are just him, so we're going to have to do those trades because we cannot add an extra player to the trade. So we've got 3, and it's going to be number 1, which is this one right here. We're going to get Bruce Brown and Omer Yurtseven. Actually, low-key a finesse. We're going to get a little bit better, and it's not going to mean much of anything. These guys are just going to be getting sent to an awful team, and let's go ahead and end the season. Luka wins another MVP, averaging 33, 10, and 11. Markelle Fultz, 6th man of the year. Giannis DPOY. Dyson Daniels most improved. And we did not make the playoffs at all, so we're just going to quickly get through this. Rockets and Portland out of the play-in in the West. New York and Charlotte out of the play-in in the East. Let's see who the champions are in the 3rd year, and we've got just 1 more season to try and complete this challenge. The Spurs win the NBA Finals. Darius Garland always goes insane in these sims, wins Finals MVP, and it is time to advance to season number 3, the final season of this challenge. All right, the new season is here. Here is the roster. Tyrese Maxey still with us, actually signed a big contract, 4 years, $137 million. Still got Keldon Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, Bruce Brown, Yurtseven from the trade last year. Yeah, the squad's not great. It's going to take, honestly, a miracle to make a run this year, or a very good trade. Let's go ahead and see what trade number 1 is going to be. At the start of November, we are 3-2, and we are going to be trading 1 player this time around. Let's see who that player is going to be. Player number 5, which is Omer Yurtseven. He's moving right away, and he has got a total of 25 trade offers. And number 22 is the one we're going to be taking. Just traded for Steven Adams. Look who's back. Steven Adams returns to the team. He was here. I think he was actually in our very first trade of the simulation. I definitely remember him being on the roster. Yeah, hopefully this team can improve and see what we are come December. All right, the end of November is here. We are the 13th seed, 6 games below 500. A huge trade here is very needed. The wheel says we are going to be trading away one player yet again, and that player is going to be player number 10, which I think might, no, okay, it's not. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. It's Richaun Holmes. It's time for him to get his ass out of town. 24 trade offers for him. Trade number 6 is the one we are taking. Right here, we get Aaron Wiggins and a second-round draft pick. Let's go ahead and make the trade, and it is time to get to the month of January. All right, well, we worked our way up to as high as 10th in the conference and then instantly ripped off a 7-game losing streak to end the month. We are going to be trading one player. Yet again, just one player. Not what we want to hear unless it's like Tyrese Maxey or something. It is going to be player number 12. This is going to be a pretty pointless trade. We are going to be trading away Herbert Newman. Just 2 trades that are him by himself. And it's going to be the first one. This trade right here. Wow. Okay, actually a winning trade. What are the Grizzlies doing? They're giving us a first-round draft pick and Kevon Looney. So an actual nice, decent center, an 80 overall center. This could actually be huge for us. Let's get our way to February and see if we can squeak back into the plan. Another brutal month, and I don't know if we're going to be able to make the playoffs this year. All right, and we are going to be trading away 2 people this time. So you never know. This could be a massive trade for us. Let's see who's going to go 1 through 14. Player number 9 is going to go 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Wendell Moore. And player number 2. Okay, we have a real trade on our hands. 22 total offers for them, and we're going to be doing number 15. Trade number 15 is for Dante Gilmore and Santi Aldama. This challenge fucking sucks. We have to trade away our second best player for some bumps. All right, well, we worked our way up to 11th in the conference, so there's maybe a chance we squeak into the plan. It's time to make our second to last trade of the simulation. It is going to be for one player. Yet again, we just not what we need. One player will be getting traded. It is player number 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. TJ McConnell. There's really quite a bit of trade offers, 27 trade offers for him. Number 1 is the one we have to take. This is the worst challenge I've ever done in my life. All right, Scottie Pippen Jr., welcome to the team, 73 overall. All right, we dropped down to 13th. Just take a look at that beautiful month. Just 3 wins in an entire month. And it is time for the final trade. One player, of course, yeah, something actually stupid. One player is going to be traded. Tyrese Maxey is going to be getting moved. Just awesome. Tyrese Maxey, he's got 6 trades that are him by himself, and it is going to be trade number 5. Like, you actually can't be serious. You actually cannot be serious. I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. But like, oh my God. All right, welcome to the team, Richie Justice. Here are the playoffs. I'm not even gonna care about the play-in. Who cares? Let's just sim through these playoffs. See who picks up the ring. It's going to be the Donovan Mitchell-led 76ers versus the Jason Tatum-led Jazz in the finals. And the Jazz will come out on top. Jason Tatum picks up his first and only ring of the simulation. Here is the final team. Just look at this God Squad. DeAndre Hunter, best player on the team. Richie Justice, second best player. If you guys want to see me do a video like this again, but instead I get more of like a choice as to what trade I get to pick, be sure to let me know, because I do like the idea of kind of just trading away basically whoever. Like, I don't have a choice of who I have to trade away, but being able to pick the trade would definitely be nice and give me a more realistic chance to win. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, I do really appreciate it. If you came into the Twitch stream at all, I do really appreciate it. All these videos are streamed over on my Twitch. You can watch the raw and uncut footage or join along with me as I make these videos at twitch.tv/wordyboss30yt. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below. It is super helpful for the channel. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. 2K24 is just under a month away from releasing. I cannot wait. I'm going to make rec videos, career videos, and of course sim videos just like this. All right, that's pretty much it. If you are subscribed, be sure to turn notifications on so you can be one of the first people to see these videos, and thank you so much for watching.